Hello, this is Scholastic Sam. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today in trigonometry and the topic of conic sections, we will talk about circles. So some prerequisites are 3 videos I've made on equations with circles, systems of equations with circles, and normal systems of equations. Also, this video has a lot of geometry in it. Okay, so let's get started. To this practice problem. Receiving stations A, B, and C are at points 1, 4, -3, -1, and 5, 2. The distance from the earthquake's epicenter to each station is 2 units to A, 5 to B, and 4 to C, respectively. Where is the epicenter? Now, we know the equation for a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So let's write these down. 1, 4, that's x minus, if that's h and k, it would be x minus 1 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 2 squared, which is 4. This one would be x plus 3 squared plus y plus, because minus and negative is just plus 1 squared equals 5 squared, which is 25. And for c, we have x minus 5 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 16, 4 squared. So let's write those out. If we multiply them out, x minus 1 squared is x squared minus 2x plus 1. And if we add that to y minus 4 squared, because y minus 4 squared is y minus 8y plus 16. And then it equals 4, stays the same. For the next one, we do it's x squared plus 6x plus 9. And then y squared plus 2y plus 1, so equals 25. Over here, we have x squared minus 10x plus 25. And then y squared, plus y squared minus 4y plus 4 equals 16. Those equations are up there again. And now, to solve for x and y, we solve it like a system of equations. We have to subtract, we have to do 2 equations with subtraction to end up getting 2 lines. So we'll do a minus b and b minus c. So a minus b, so A, B, and C are all circles. So if we do circle A minus circle B, x squared minus x squared is nothing. -2 minus 6 is -8x, and 1 minus 9 is -8. Y squared minus y squared is 0. -8y minus 2y is -10y, and 16 minus 1 is 15. And then 4 minus 25 is -21. If we combine those, we get -8x minus 10y. Minus 8 plus 15 is just plus 7. And then if we subtract 7 from both sides, then, well, -21 minus 7 is -28. And the 7, it's gone on the left. So b minus c, x squared minus x squared is 0. 6x minus -16x is 6x plus 10x. Or minus -10x is 6 plus 10 is 16x. 9 minus 25 is -16. Y squared minus y squared is 0. 2 minus -4 is 2 plus 4, which is 6. 1 minus 4 is -3. And 25 minus 16 is 9. So if we can combine those together, we get 16x plus 6y. -16 minus 3 is -19. We add 19 to both sides. We get 16x plus 6y equals 28. So the 2 lines we have are -8x minus 10y equals -28. And 16x plus 6y equals 28. So now let's solve these using elimination. So we multiply the top one by 2 and get -16x minus 20y equals -56. We have to multiply all 3 of those. And we combine that with the second one equation of 16x plus 6y equals 28. And we end up getting 16 plus -16 is just 0. And 6 plus -20 is -14. 28 plus -56 is just -28 also. So we get -14y equals -28. Divide both sides by -14 to isolate y, and we get y equals 2. So let's substitute 2 back into y for the 16x plus 6y is 16x plus 12. Subtract 12 from both sides, get 16x equals 16, and we get x equals 1. So the epicenter of all 3 is located at points 1, 2. Now, let's look at the midpoint and distance formulas to work with the rest of circles. The midpoint is the point exactly in the center of 2 points or set of points. We will be looking at the midpoint between 2 points in a circle or the midpoint of a line. So the ordered pair of a midpoint is the middle of the two x values, comma the middle of the two y values. A way to write this is x1 plus x2 over 2, comma y1 plus y2 over 2. So for example, with negative 1, 3, and 3, 5, negative 1 plus 3 is 4, over 2 is 2, and 3 plus 5 is 8, over 2 is 4. So the midpoint, negative 1 plus 3 is 2, sorry, over 2 is 1. So it would be 1, comma 4. That's 3 plus 5 is 8, yeah, over 2 is 4. The distance is the length between points, or in this case, it'll be the distance of a radius, a diameter, or just a line connecting 2 points. So the distance formula is the change in x values, which is x minus x1 squared, plus the change in y values, which is y1 minus y2 squared, and you take the square root of all that. Now, x1 minus x2, you can notice how that's similar to the circle equation, because h and k are just the same as x2 and y2, because k is one of the y values and h is one of the x values. So you take you take the distance between the x's squared plus the distance between the y squared and take the square root of that. For example, if our two x values are changes in x, if we do the one up here, negative 1, 3, and 3, 5. Well, what negative 1 minus, we have 3 minus negative 1 is 3 plus 1, which is 4. 5 minus 3 is 2. So 4 squared is 16, plus 2 squared is 20. Take the square root of that, you get approximately 4.47. So a practice problem with that. The endpoints of a diameter on a circle are 6, 6, and 10, 12. Find the equation of the circle. So we already know that, so the radius is a point in the center that's equidistant from all points on the outside. So we know that the radius, that's a line and a diameter, the radius is, the center is going to be the midpoint of those 2 points. Now, what's the midpoint of 6 and 10 is 8. The midpoint of 12 and 6 is 9. So we know the x value of the center is 8 and the y value is 9. And that tells us our h and k values, because h is the x value of the center and k is the y value of the center. So we already know we have x minus 8 squared plus y minus 9 squared equals r squared. But we don't know what r is yet. So we know that the distance, we know that it's at, the center is at 8, 9, and let's just use any outer point. The one we have, which is 6, 6. Now the distance between the change in x is 2, the change in y is 3. 2 squared is 4, plus 3 squared is 9. 4 plus 9 is 13. So our radius is the square root of 13. And since it's equals r squared, square root of 13 squared is just 13. So our answer is x minus 8 squared plus y minus 9 squared equals 13. Go on to our final practice problem. The center of a circle, which is tangent to the line y equals negative 2, is at negative 2, 8. So negative 2, 8 is the center. Find the equation of the line. We already know that the x value of the center, you have x minus h. So we already know that's going to be the h value. So we have x minus negative 2 squared is just x plus 2 squared. And y minus the y value of the center, the k value, is y minus 8 squared. So we have x plus 2 squared plus y minus 8 squared equals what? So now tangent, this is a geometry term. It means that a line, in this case the line of y equals negative 2, touches the outside, of this case a circle, at one point, but never passes through it. So there's a circle and there's another line that goes, and at one point it hits the edge, but it just keeps going past. So it's right at the edge. And the distance from the line to the center is the closest distance from the line, because we know the circle is going to hit that point on the line. So for example, we have the center is at negative 2, 8. So we know the closest way where that's going to get to somewhere with the y value of negative 2 is if the x value stayed the same, it would be straight down. So we go straight down 10. Does that check out? Yeah, because it's negative 2, 8. And you go down 10 and get to negative 2, negative 2. And the y value here is negative 2, meaning it falls in the line, y equals negative 2. So if that's the distance, if 10 is if there's no change in x and the change in y is just 10 from the center to the outside, that must be the radius. And 10 squared is 100, so our final answer is x plus 2 squared plus y minus 8 squared equals 100. All right, please like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. This is Scholastic Sam. I hope you like my video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down in the comment section below. Thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Barrett and my geometry teacher, Mrs. Warrington. Join us next time for ellipses. Thank you, guys. I'm Scholastic Sam. Goodbye.